Hey guys, Tiffany with another video, and as you guys saw in the title, this video is going to be all about the worst makeup releases of 2018. I promised you guys that I was going to do like a worst product or worst product I tried, but then I thought about it and I'm like, listen, there were just some really crappy releases in 2018, and instead of just focusing on like one product, why not just talk about the whole release, like the complete entire collection release as a whole. But listen, I don't know about y'all, but 2018 was such a crazy year. Like 2018 was such a crazy year for me personally, but on top of that, 2018 was also like a really weird and crazy and crappy year for the beauty community as a whole. I feel like there was some crap makeup that was released. Y'all favorite beauty YouTubers was out here giving they truth but wasn't really telling no truth. The receipts was being pulled on everybody, honey. Like, people were dropping left and right. I am so glad that I made it out of 2018. I'm excited to see what's in store for 2019, but we still got to talk about this makeup that these companies should not have put out. So let's get started. So first off, I'm not going to do that whole disclaimer thing about if this is your favorite product, don't come for me. No. Y'all already know how I operate. Listen, if something is crap, I have no problem coming out and saying that it was crap. These are either things that I tried and they were just horrible, or they were so bad, just the release alone was so bad, I knew for a fact it was something that I didn't want to pick up. So that's the disclaimer that I'm giving. It's just things that I didn't like. And of course, they're in no particular order, but if there was a top spot, it would hands down have to go to Tarte and the Shape Tape foundation. Like, y'all know Tarte set the precedence for the year to go downhill with that release, because it was like the most talked about, most hyped up thing. Tarte really had a chance to do something amazing because people seem to love the Shape Tape concealer. Now personally, I never cared for it. I always thought it was just a little too thick. I felt like in order to make it work, I would have to mix 2 or 3 shades. Like, I could never find anything that worked for me. So I was never on the Shape Tape bandwagon to begin with, but Tarte had an amazing following when it came to that Shape Tape concealer. When they announced that they were going to do a foundation, it almost just seemed like a no-brainer that it was going to be amazing. People were hyped about it. And then it came out that not only were they going to do like a matte foundation release, they were also going to do a dewy foundation release. Like, they had all the skin types hyped and ready to try it out, and then baby, Tarte released those promo pictures and it was a done deal. It was a wrap. There was just like no thought process put in to release shades for those of us with some melanin to our skin. It is what it is. I think later on they came out and released more shades, but I just feel like if you are a big company, you're not a startup company, like you're not new to the game. Tarte has been around the block and back. You guys know for a fact that there is a demographic out here with deeper skin that clearly loves the makeup, and there was no thought put into it, and yeah, that was horrible. I just feel like that was one of those times where somebody needs to step up in the meeting and be like, this ain't what we doing. This ain't how we about to bring in 2018. This it's a no. It's a no for me, dog, and y'all need to do better. Like, they needed that one person to just stand up and be like, this ain't it, bruh. That was such a horrible release. Oh my god. Ugh. I tried to narrow these down to 5, but I think I got 8. We're gonna push through. This is not gonna be a long video though, I promise. The Pure Foundation Stick. Now, I don't even know if this released in 2018. I think it did. I don't ever remember seeing it in Ulta until the day I picked, like around the time frame that I picked it up. So I don't even know for sure. I just know I picked it up and tried it out in 2018, and oh my gosh, the Oompa Loompa-ness of that foundation. They only had 2 deeper shades. There weren't, I think there was only maybe like 6 to begin with, so I'm not gonna roast them too bad on the actual shades because they only came out with like 6 shades. I mean, nobody really checking for Pure Cosmetics and a foundation, let's be for real. So it wasn't even so much like the shade range, but of those 2, I think I was the deepest one. I want to say like for my skin tone, I ended up having to go with the deepest one. Now, one thing about Ulta, like I feel like there's a difference when you walk into Ulta and Sephora. You could walk into Sephora with like a banging face of makeup and they still gonna try to come at you like you don't know what you're doing. You could come into Sephora with your face laid to the gods and they still gonna be like, this is how you do it. This is like you don't know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like they still gonna come at you like that. I feel like if you go into Ulta and your face is made up, they ain't gonna bother you. They just looking at you like, I ain't gonna get no commission. She got it. She don't want my help. Let her do her thing. Like that's usually how it is when I go into Ulta. They usually don't bother me. I guess they like, she clearly knows what she's doing. The day I wore the Pure foundation stick, I walked into Ulta by my job on my lunch break. They looked at me. It was like they was looking at poor helpless soul. The girl was like, come here. Come sit down. Let me shade match you. Bruh, I looked so orange. Oh my goodness. That thing oxidized. It turned like hella orange. Not only that, it like broke up. Oh my goodness, it was bad. That was like the worst foundation. And I tried out a lot of foundations. No, that wasn't the worst. There was another one that I think was equally bad that I am going to talk about. But that was a bad one. That trash. Throw the whole foundation stick away. Which brings me to the next product that I want to talk about because I might as well go ahead and jump into it since I just kind of touched on it in the Pure foundation stick roasting. The Marc Jacobs Shameless Foundation. Is that what it was called? The little small bottle. The little small bottle that he came out with that everyone was hyped up to try. I think they sent out like a lot of different ones to different influencers and it seemed like they were all hyping it up. So all us regular people were excited to get our hands on it like, ooh, this is gonna be such a great foundation. I reviewed that foundation. I remember reviewing that, even in my thumb, like I couldn't even Photoshop my thumbnail cute. That foundation was so bad on my face. Oh my goodness. That foundation did everything other than what a foundation is supposed to do. The coverage was piss poor. It made my skin look like I had aged about 20 years every time I tried to make it work. That was the worst foundation ever. It showed texture that I didn't even know I had. It showed pores that I didn't even know I had. Like, it was just bad. I tried it with the brush. I tried it with the beauty blender. That foundation was crap. Like, I wanted to go on everybody's YouTube who hyped that up, who got that sent to them and hyped that up like, you lying, you're lying, you're lying, because that foundation was horrible. I even tried it out on my sister and my sister has good skin. Her skin is better than what y'all think mine is, and it made her look like the little old lady in the old shoe, you know, the lady with, what did she have, like 10 kids or something like that? But it just made her look really old, really aged, and girl, it was a big no. No, Marc Jacobs. I feel like it has to be said, and I know everyone's not gonna agree with me, but I don't care. The MAC times Aaliyah collection. That was such a disappointing release. I am a really big Aaliyah fan. I like Aaliyah. I thought that her music was really, really good. I think if she was still alive, I think she'd be up there with some of the top R&B singers. I felt like we had been waiting on an Aaliyah collection to come out for so long. There was so much hype built up around that collection. And when I finally saw the pieces to it, I was just like, that's it? That's it? I think there was like 1 or 2 good products in the collection, but I just felt like the collection as a whole was a little non-cohesive. I just feel like the colors, like some of the colors, yeah, I feel like you felt Aaliyah with it, but I just feel like there was so much more they could have done. The hype with that, the amount of people that were excited for that collection, and I just felt like it came out and it kind of seemed like they just pulled some of the shadows that they had in the back and storage, wasn't really doing too well. Let's throw them together, let's put Aaliyah's face on it, and bam, you got a collection. That's how I felt about that, and I was just so disappointed. Like, Mac, you had one job, and that wasn't it. I might as well just get ready for the dislikes, because I'm about to talk about y'all queen. Is this y'all queen? And whatever. The Jacqueline Hale Morphe Vault collection, is that what it was called? Oh my goodness, there was so much hype, promo pictures released, and I'm not even gonna lie, I was drawn in with the promo pictures. The promo pictures got me. There was at least 3 palettes that I felt like I for sure wanted to pick up. I ended up only picking up 2. Y'all, I had the most trouble with those eyeshadows. Those eyeshadows were so hard to blend. They were so hard to make them work. They were patchy. The shimmers were dull. Like, you had to work so hard, and I was just so disappointed because I saw videos, I saw swatches, and I was just like, I mean, what am I doing wrong? Like, what? I know I'm not like a top makeup artist, but I can blend a shadow, and I could not make those eyeshadows work. Matter of fact, do I still have them? I think I may still have them somewhere over there. I don't know. I think I said I was going to give them to my niece. She's starting to experiment into makeup, and I think I was like, I think I'll just go ahead and give them to her. Let her just, you know, kind of destroy around the colors while she figures out how to make eyeshadows work for her. But baby, even though they were only, what, $15 a piece, which is not a lot, there was so much hype, and everybody was like, oh my God, you know, Jacqueline Hale, it's Jacqueline. It's gotta be great. It's Jacqueline. Child, no. Baby, no. Those, no. No. Is this y'all queen? And I really did try to make it work because I felt like the colors were pretty. I felt like the colors in the 2 ones I picked up the brownish one and then the purpley one. I felt like the colors were good, but I just had to work so hard, and no. How many has that been? Has that been 7, 6? Ooh, I don't know. I don't know, but I know that lastly we have to touch on probably not the worst foundation release, but it was a bad one. Oh my goodness, the Huda Beauty Faux Filter foundation. Now I will give Huda kudos because she did give us like a nice number variety of shades. I don't remember how, did she come out with 40? 35? So I know that there was a lot of shades, and this was her first, you know, foundation release, so I will give her kudos for that. But child, the buck stops there. That scent, that perfumey, thick, old, rich lady scent that she keeps putting in her products, I don't know what it is, but to me it is so offensive. It is so offensive and so strong. I should have known then when it had that smell that I did not want to proceed. I should not have passed go and collected $200, but I did because I wanted to review it. And child, that foundation broke me out so bad. My face burned. It broke me out. My skin was broken out for about 3 weeks. It was really, really bad. But on top of that, just the undertones of that foundation, I feel like the undertones were turning like different weird grayish type of colors. I saw it happen on a few of the other colors other than just the one I tried out. It was such a thick foundation. It kind of just like sat on the skin and never ever truly like blended out. Oh, that was another one. I feel like there was just like so much hype around it. You almost kind of wanted to force yourself to like it because it seemed like everybody was like, oh my God, my skin is so filtered. Look at me, I'm blurred out. Look at me, I'm Facetune. This is great. Like, it kind of made you feel like, what the heck am I doing wrong? But that foundation, It sucked. Alright guys, so that is it for the worst makeup releases of 2018 in my book. Y'all may not agree, and that is fine. You know, I say all the time, makeup is not one size fits all, and that is definitely the beauty of it. Let me know down below what were some products that you feel were the worst makeup releases, worst makeup product of 2018, and any other thing that you want to tell me, because y'all know I love and appreciate your feedback. As always, thank you so much for continuing to rock with me here on my channel. If you are not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Join the family. Let's get this channel growing. And until next time, bye YouTube.